it's me again. So I'm gonna do something different this time. It's not exactly sort of like a tutorial, but it's not really. It's just something that people always ask me, especially lately since I've been doing a lot of male model makeup. So right now I have nothing on my face. As you can tell, I have a zit right here, and my dark circles are letting me have it. So anyway, I'm going to show you what exactly I like to do on my face. I'm not saying that it will work for you or what have you, but it works for me. So I have oily skin, just to let y'all know before I start that, because a lot of stuff I'm going to be using on my face is for oily skin. So let's start out, shall we? Okay, we will. Alright, so this is what I like to do at first. I always like to prime my skin before I apply anything onto my skin whatsoever. Just so my makeup can stay in place. And yeah, it doesn't sweat off. What I like to use is a Smashbox Photo Finish primer. It's a dark spot correcting. I like this one because it's oil free, and I don't know, I just like it. And this is what it looks like. So you guys can see it. So, oh, the lighting's horrible. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's what I like to use. You don't really need much of it. So I just usually take this. I take the palm of my hand. Take like a pea size like that. Sorry, the lighting's horrible. I know. So anyway, I take that. And I take my ring finger. And I kind of just dab it on my forehead, on my nose, chin, right here, and right here. And then I'll take a nice kabuki brush, nice say it, I don't know, I just like it. Anyway, so I just buff that into my skin, down to my neck, part of my face, what have you. I'm gonna try to do this as quick as possible so you're not like, okay, hurry the fuck up kind of feel. Don't mind my hair, just got out of the shower. Alright, open the ears as well. So this is what I use. People are gonna think this is fucking weird, and I don't know why I like to do this, but I just do. I like to use like eye primer, and I like to use as a base under my eyes before I put the concealer because I feel like it lasts longer, and especially since my skin's oily, it just works out. Another thing too, when you put your primer on, just give it like a couple seconds, like at least 30 seconds, just to set in your skin and everything. Okay, I like to use my fingers because I feel like the warmth of your finger melts into your skin. So I'm gonna take some of this right here. And by the way, I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base. That's what I'm using. So you can see, and it's in, what color is this one? I think nude, right? Skin tone, that's what it's called. What have you. Alright, so this is how I like to do it. I like to start right into the center of the eye, and I like to blot, and then I like to smooth. As you can see, that's what I'm doing. Just smoothing. Take a little bit more, and you're not gonna really see the difference too because let's take that. All right, so all right, and then I take one more. Right here to the direction of the cheekbone. I'm actually gonna move because the lighting is bad and it's gonna bother me. So I'm gonna move right here. See, that's better. Yay! Okay. So fucked up toy, ain't it? Alright, so anyway. Alright, so we're gonna blend it into the skin. And the way I like to do it, especially concealer, I like to do it like a peace sign, like a V, and I like to go like this because one is in direction of the cheekbone, so it's gonna give you a nice higher cheekbone, I think, and also a nice highlight. It's like, I can't really explain it. It's like a nice like facelift, you know. It just picks it all up. Okay, so we did that. I take a little more and go to the side. I like using this eyeshadow base because it's like closer to my skin tone. When I use concealer, I like to go like 1 or 2 shades lighter, I think. Unless you have puffy eyes. But if you have puffy eyes and you want to stick with your skin tone, because what happens is you're highlighting that feature, so you're gonna pop it out. So you don't want to do that, especially with puffy eyes. But since I don't have puffy eyes, I'm okay with that. Okay, so my top of my eyelids as well. Okay, so that step is done. Now let's go with another concealer. I like to use a peach tone concealer because I have a lot of blue and purples under my eyes, and the peach tone concealer like cancels it out. I'm gonna be using the MAC's, I think it's, yeah, Studio Finish concealer in NW25. So this is what it looks like. And, yeah, just so y'all can see. No, you can't see it. Why? Because it's dirty. All right, whatever. You know what it is. So I just like to take a little bit, not even that much, onto my finger, and I like to put it right in here, just because I know that's where the darkness is at. And you'll see it just brightens it out. And I just dab it on there and kind of just smooth. So only where you need it. And see, it like just brightens it out. You probably can't see it that much because of fucking lighting. Girl, let me not talk about it. Anyway, this because it pissed me off. Alright, so we're gonna put it right here as well. And just smooth it in. You want to make sure you definitely smooth the concealer, because if not, any like crease or wrinkles or lines you have, honey, it won't be cute. Alright, so now that we did that, we are going to use, you always want to use two different concealers, one for your face and one for your under your eyes, because let's see, how can I explain this? You don't want to use something lighter on your face, because it's not gonna make any sense. So you're gonna like Ferngully, right? So anyway, all right. So I'm gonna use, what is this damn thing called? The Pro Conceal and Correct Palette in medium from MAC. So this is what it looks like. And I like this because it's like, my skin sometimes, I have different skin tones, especially in the winter and going to the summer, and sometimes I'm darker, sometimes I'm lighter, so it's just perfect. And it also has my correctors in there as well, so it's good. Alright, so I'm going to be using the one right here, which is, what's it called? I'm so unprepared. NC35, right? Yeah, NC35. Alright, or is it NW35? Fuck my life. Let's see here. Yeah, it's NC35. Alright, so I'm just taking a little bit with my finger. Well, actually, I'm going to use a concealer brush. And this is like any normal concealer brush. So I'm going to take some right in the center, right here, around my nose. And mind you, I'm doing boy makeup, so I don't want you to be like, okay, what is this bitch doing? So I'm doing for my face. I hate the lighting today. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can change it around. It's a little bit better. Yeah, way better actually. Okay. So smooth that all in with a concealer brush, or you can use a finger, but I just like to use this. I don't know why. I just do. All right. Then you want to take a little bit, and I put it with little swatches here, just to clean up around the mouth, take away any of that flat shadow. Okay, did that. I'm not in my house today, by the way. I'm house sitting, so. All right, did that. Take a little bit more. Take some in here. It just gets rid of the 5 o'clock shadow. That's the reason I like to do it, because I like to make my skin nice and smooth. So I like to do it around the lips too. It makes the lips look more pronounced as well. So, because I like my lips. Also like to do around the hairline, just it cleans it up a little bit more, I feel. So, boop, and just smooth out the edges with a concealer brush or your finger, doesn't matter. Again. And I'm doing this by my computer, the camera on my computer, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, if it even looks right. Hopefully it does. Alright. So then, I also like to use the correctors because the correctors it cancels out the colors that I want to get rid of. So like for example, see this red right here, the little pink, yellow, ugly volcano thing on my head? Yeah, I like to use a yellow because yellow cancels out red. So I'll take, again with my little concealer brush, and I like to dab around there and then just kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. Warm it up with my finger. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you middle finger. Alright, and then what I'll do is I'll go back with that NC35 and go over it. And that just really like conceals it. Like, bitch, you ain't gonna see nothing. Now, I know this is gonna look strange, but I'm gonna cover it later on. You'll see what I mean. Because right now you're like, what the hell? Oh, anyway, alright. Looks like I just like dipped my head in Coke. Alright, so let's see. That little fucker needs to go away too. It's so ugly. Hate you. I don't know what I'm doing because I can't see. And again, go over it with concealer. Okay, so I'm going with that. And then any boo-boos you have, I'm just going to take the NC35. Or you can take the peach as well and go over it because the peach will cover up the darkness and the blue and all the purple and all that bullcrap. But since it's not that serious with these ones, I'm just going to take my concealer and just go over it and just dab. See the finger like melts it into the skin. If you want like just like a light dab, like a light finish, just use your concealer brush. But if you want like full coverage, like use the finger. But also you can use it to like warm up to the skin as well. If that makes any sense at all. So I'm just looking here. Warm up to the skin as well. Let's go back on these edges too. Just warm it up a little bit. Ow, that hurt. Fucking pimple. Alright, so we warm that up. There we go. See? Look, that's freaky. Alright, so after I do that, for concealing, I like to highlight a little bit more. I know you're like, damn, this fucker puts a lot on his face. But this, as I said before, this is how I do my face. Okay, so you don't have to do everything that I do. So I'm taking my ring finger again, and I'm putting it on the upper part of my cheekbones because I want that to be more pronounced and more highlighted. And again, I'm just taking the, what number is this? NW25. And that just lifts up my cheekbones a little bit more. Then I take a little bit and I put it on the center of the nose. You don't want to put it all the way down the nose. I mean, I see some people do that, and it kind of irks me because sometimes it makes them look too oily. I don't know. So I like to put it right in the center. So do that. And then I like to use like a blush. This blush, I don't know who it's made from. I just know it's like a goldy peachy tone blush, like cream blush. And I just take a Bare Minerals brush like this. Stuff, and I just put it right here. Just to give me a little bit of color. Just a tiny bit of color. And then a little bit center of my nose as well. Okay. Now we all do that, we gotta set it. So I'm gonna use the Studio Fix in C6 compact powder from MAC. Oh, sorry. So this is what it looks like. And C6. Again, it's dirty, but whatever. And you know the little sponges that nobody really uses? I keep them because this is the reason why I like to use it. I like to use it for my root line. Because one thing, especially in men when they do their makeup, for some odd reason, they always forget about the root line. And you can see how obvious where like the makeup starts and everything. So anyway, I take my sponge, I take a little bit like this, and I push it into the root line. Like so. And just really get in there. So no one can clock me with my face. And just really push it in there. And I take a little bit and I put it right in here as well. Because powder absorbs oil, and for some odd reason the ends of my eyes always get so oily. Okay. I know. I had to crack my neck. It's gross. Whatever. Get over it. Okay. And I'm gonna take a brush like this. I think this one's from Revlon, yeah. And it's a blush brush, but I like to use it as powder because it's perfect to get right into the, like, under the eyes. It's like perfect. You see how it sits there? So, and I take two swatches like that. Tap off the excess because you don't want to put too much on your face. Anyway, and we're gonna just blot. And then we just go around. And really make sure you go around the nose as well. And then back in here, you just go around. And you can already see how much better that looks. See? Bam, bitch, my darkers are gone. Alright, two swipes again, tap out the excess, go under the eye. You're probably wondering why I'm doing this shit. It's because I'm fucking bored as hell. My friends suck. Saturday night. Whatever. And I like to go one swipe and go under the eye as well. I hate when people forget to do under the eye because then it's all oily and disgusting. I'm like, ew. And see how when you do this, you don't really have to worry about the root line. So, one swipe, tap out the excess, go in the eyelid. And then, that's all you need. So put this shit down, till later. And just take whatever's left on the brush and just buff it all in. Make sure you really get under your neck as well. Your ears. I hate when I see men or even girls when they forget to do their ears and you only see is like this beautiful face and then this is all red. Makes no fucking sense whatsoever. So we're just buffing that in. Okay, perfect. All right, so you can leave it like this, but you look, not that it looks bad, but it will just look too plain. Like you're like, damn, you know, you look so blah, like too perfect, basically. So I like to put color back into my skin. I also like to contour because this forehead is sickening, and I like to give my jawline to be a little more pronounced. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm gonna put this down, and this is what I like to use for contour. This is a Pressed MAC powder in NW45. So this looks like. I'm not gonna show you the back because it's dirty. It looks like this. So I like to use this because it's really good for oily skin. I don't know. I just like to use it. Whatever. So I like to take a nice stiff brush like this, and this is the EcoTools brush. Just to let you know, color is color. A brush is a fucking brush, and whatever works for you. So it doesn't matter. There might be some MAC queens like, oh, I'll use MAC, and there's some people who just be like, oh, I'll use Urban Kit. I like everything, and whatever works for you. So you don't have to use what I'm using. So anyway, I take some of the brush, swipe it like this, tap off the excess, and this is how I contour for men, not for girls. Okay, so I'm gonna make this funny face. Because when I do this, see how my cheekbone gets up? Alright, so I like to start right here where the sideburn is at, and I go down, and I just go in circular motions into my forehead. I like to push my hair like that. And this slims down my forehead, like so. And also, when you do men contouring, I like to go down, because you want to make sure this is slim. Because if you just do this, then you look a drag queen. So I still make that funny face I'm making. And that just gives my face more definition. Okay? So we're gonna do the other side. I'm sorry if this video is really long, but I don't know how to fucking edit, and I don't got time for that shit. So anyway. Start from the sideburn, like to the back of the ear. Straight down. Circling motions all the way to up. To the forehead, and yeah. And then back down. You don't ever want to start your contour from here up, because the reason why, because then you look stupid, because it'd be like dark and then light. You always want to make sure, excuse me, everything's from dark to lightest. Now I have a really sickening forehead, so I'm gonna go a little more fiercer. Okay, I'm really gonna go the fuck in this time, and I just start right in here. See, if you use a fluffy brush, it'll be like a light finish, but since I want like a fierce finish, I want to take a nice stiff brush. See how yeah, whatever. Okay, take a little bit more and go to the side. Oh my god, it's 20 minutes. Ah, whatever. And then we'll just go like this. And you see already, like, my forehead just shrinks. Okay, then I like to take my tips of it, whatever's left over, pick up the hair root line, and go like this. And just push it back. And there, now my forehead is normal. Sorry, the lighting's horrible. But see how it's just like more slim? Alright, now for the jawline. Take a bit more. I like to start right underneath my ear and follow the jawline, but just go a little bit above. A little bit, not too much. That's drag. And that's another video. Anyway, so you want to start from here. Make that jawline more pronounced, but make sure you also get under here and down to your neck. When you go down to your neck, it makes you seem slimmer, which is always good. And I hate when I see people just contour their jawline, and this is, I'm like, okay, girl, really? So anyway, just blend that all in. Okay, and then we're gonna do that side as well. If you hear that noise, it's because the person I'm house sitting for has pugs, and yeah, they snore. Again, back where the back of the ear starts, down to the neckline. The reason why I also like doing below the neckline as well is because it just blends. You know, it's not like dark and then nothing. It just blends a little bit more. And see how like right now my jawline looks more pronounced. My cheekbone is just more manly. My forehead is slimmer. It just like it makes such a difference. So, all right. So now we are going to put more color into my skin because you can't just, you know, give you more of a glow a little bit. So I'm just gonna use this. I think it's from Prodigy. It's called. Is it Prodigy? Is it? Yeah, it's Prodigy. No, what the fuck? Who's it from? I don't fucking know. Just take an orange tone bronzer. The reason why I like to use an orange tone is because it looks really good for like men of color. So this is what it looks like. It's like fucking huge as bronzer. And it's orange. I like to make sure it's nice and matte. I don't want anything shimmery on my face whatsoever. Because I'm oily as it is, and plus, you know, I'm a dude, and yeah. So, I mean, if you like that look, go right ahead. Then I'm using this MAC brush, 120. I like it because it's nice and it's a 120, right? No, 129. I'm not sure. Fuck it. Anyway, I just like this brush because I don't know. I just like it. It's nice and flat. All right, so I'm taking 2 swipes of that. Excuse me. Tap it off, and this is how I like to do bronzering, or well, not bronzer, but like blush for men. I like to start right in this area because if you notice when a man flushes, it always starts like right in here. So this is how I do it. I like to dab where I put the bronzer. I might put a little bit more because since it's on camera, I just want to show you guys this color. So this is how I put it, and just blends it in too with the contouring. So it's going to right here, and then a little bit on top of the cheekbone and around. Let me just put a little bit more just so y'all can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So dab. Probably can't. It's probably a waste, but whatever. Okay, and then the other side. Just around, not on top of the contour, just around it. It gives you a nice blend. What's wrong, Coley? Sorry, tongue of the dog. Make sure you can hear as well. And then I'll take a dab more. I'll go center nose and go on the sides. I cannot fucking stand when people forget that shit. Like go down the nose and to the sides. Because when you want to think about bronzer when the sun hits down on you, it always goes around the forehead, around the cheekbones, on top of the nose, on the sides of the nose. So that's how I do it. Take a little bit on the chin, on here, just to blend the contour as well. And also, if you're wearing like a V-neck, I personally take a bronzer and just make sure you like darken this up a tiny little bit. I mean, if you're doing like all this shit that I'm doing right now, but, I mean, it won't be like a different color, but just in case, if you feel like you need it. Okay, so we did the bronzing. Oh my god, so much work, I know. So after that, we are going to take the Too Faced Prime and Poreless Primer. I like this because it just sets my makeup up and soaks up any oil and all that bullshit. So yeah. So this is what it looks like, by the way. Alright, again, powder absorbs oil, so this is really good. This was a gift from one of my best friends. She regretted gave it to me after I told her. I was like, oh my god, this stuff is awesome. So I gotta give a shout out to her. Miss Kayla Lopez. Alright, and I like to take, this is a powder puff from Laura Mercier. So, if you have one, a brush is fine. But this is, oops, sorry. This is how I like to do it. I like to round it up on with my fingers, take the powder, and I like to dab. And when you use a puff, I like to really get into the pores, into the lines, all that stuff. So wherever your T-zone's at is where you need it the most. So I get sweaty right around here, like crazy big time. So I'm just going to press it into the skin, and it won't disturb the makeup as well. Get in here on top of the lids, because I get really oily there. Again, take some, dab it off. You don't really need that much. It's perfect. That's why I like this stuff. Okay, and then especially on the fucking forehead. I get so oily. In here as well, because I thought I get oily now. And then whatever you have exo, you can just like boop boop where you want. Oh no, my computer's done, so I gotta hurry the fuck up. All right, so we do that. And then, what I also like to do, I just like to blend everything in. So I take a nice NARS. I don't know what the hell this is called. It's like I like it because it's like nice and stiff. I don't know what it's called, but it's from NARS, whatever. And I just like to blend it in. Whatever stiff brush you have, it's fine. And just blend all your makeup in. Usually I do my brows too, but since my brows are really full, I'm not gonna shade them in. Because usually use like eyeshadow just to, you know. We can make another video for that. Alright, so after you do that, I like to go back with the little bronzer and whatever's left on the brush. Just go back with it, just in case. Takes anything off. Okay. And then, one more second, we're done. They can't find the fucking shit. Any eyebrow gel works. Clear mascara, what have you. I made this myself. It's just basically hair glow. So we'll take some of that, and we're just gonna groom it because I like my eyebrows to be more pronounced, and also takes any of the makeup off as well. If you feel like you need clear mascara in your eyelashes, go ahead. But only if you have nice rich, lashes, don't put mascara on. You don't need it. Just don't. If you do feel you have to put mascara on, just use clear. So. And if you really don't have any color, just use like a light brown. Don't use fucking black. Then you really look like a drag queen. And actually, that's about it. So there's my face. People ask. Alright. So I hope you liked the video. Rate, subscribe, like, what have you. Sorry, been a minute since I made a video. But alright, so I'll make another one. I just don't know when. Maybe I'll do one about my brows. So if you want one for the brows, just let me know. Leave a comment, what have you. Alright, bye, love you.